Swiss tournament for a 9-round Swiss Blitz. We're hosting 9-round Swiss Blitz. It's the Pawnda Rapid Swiss 31. Pawnda Rapid Swiss 31. Welcome, Schieber, Spieler, Asterbait. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Thanks, guys and gals, for joining us. I am going to, let's see, share this. Share it on Reddit. No, I don't have my Reddit account. My Reddit account is not linked. All right. Let's just post the tournament there. Welcome, everybody. We're starting the tournament in about 15 minutes. Blub, 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 blub. All right. So, welcome to the stream. What do we got for today? What do we got for today, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, all right. So, International Master William Pascal here. My most difficult opponent is myself. When I'm playing, I often involuntarily make a world champion out of candidate master. Lev the Great Puglievsky, class player. Schieber Spieler has joined us with his monster rating of 2581. My Blitz rating is pretty sad. This is Blitz. Aldisto is here. Long time we have not seen Aldisto, who has played 138 games against me. Xerox, Locker, Play Like Kasparov, Chess Video World, Mahar back after a while not being here. God Shankar and Paul H. SPT. That is the top 10, all rated over 2,000. Chess Falcon, Politz, Ahmed Ali, and Asterbait. We've got 14 players thus far, but we can get more, hopefully. This is a good start. I was sure to message. I was sure to message here on. Sorry if that's annoying, but I sent 3 messages in the last 2 days because it seems like we're not getting the people here fast enough. Well, like to start with 20 plus players in the first round. Usually we have like 10 players to start, and then it sort of grows to 20 or 30. But if everyone could come in the beginning, we could start with like 10 boards. Alright, anyway, it's all for fun. It's unrated, 9-round Blitz. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. It's September, so you get a big discount on subscriptions on Twitch. And you help your favorite streamer if you do donate subscriptions. Whether that be me or someone else. Or Schieber Spieler. So, welcome everybody. I have not played... I don't know. Did I play a game today? Don't remember. I was teaching a little bit, doing some other stuff. We've got another Puglievsky quote here. First and foremost, it's essential to understand the essence, the overall idea of any fashionable variation, and only then include it in one's repertoire. Otherwise, the tactical trees will conceal from the player the strategic picture of the wood, in which his orientation will most likely be lost. Not for those of you who have not passed your English exam. A lot of words there with more than 5 or 6 letters. Alright, Schieber Spieler, Sparkle Horse. That was obviously translated from the Russian. And Puglievsky was Russian. Alright. Xerox, Locker, Guy, Play Like Kasparov. Good field we've got here to start with. 10 minutes to go. The page says rapid, but it is Blitz. Oops. Oops. Alright, let me fix that. Thank you. Thank you very much, because that is very different. Does the Does the Twitch page say that, or just the tournament? Let's see. It's Blitz, yeah. Yeah, the tournament, I misnamed it Rapid Swiss. Alright, we fixed it. Thank you for the correction. Good point. It is a Swiss Blitz tournament. Good one, guys. We caught it in time. Tournament starting in 10 minutes. So what's up, everybody? What's new? Schieberspieler, what was your breakdown in the Rapid tournament you played in? The over-the-board one. You're over 2200 Rapid now? Mr. Coffee's here. Mr. Coffee, logged in from work. You told all your friends it was Rapid. I sent 3 messages clearly identifying it as Pawnda Blitz Swiss. There's no excuses. But it was misnamed. Alright, I shared it on Facebook. It's even Blitz on Facebook. Yeah, you said I would be exactly 2200 if you hadn't hung your queen. Sorry, I didn't want to bring it up again. Sorry for bringing it up again. I was busy when you told me last time in the simul, and I was like half paying attention. I got distracted in the middle of reading it last time. Now I understand. I won't bring it up anymore. Ron Hay. That's another strong player. So now we've got a page full of 2000 plus. And then 5 players. Even the second page has 2000 plus, so this is strong. So, 5 plus 3, Blitz Casual. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Gift a sub. Cheesy Noob is lurking. He's not in the tournament yet. BB. Jespy. There's a few players who aren't in the list yet who are lurking in the chat. Welcome, everybody. You do need to join the team. Let me check. Does anybody want to join the team? Yeah, we have one request there. Actually, BB. So BB joins the team. For some reason, lichess, that message flag doesn't pop up all the time. It's really weird. I can have a request to join the team, but I don't see it unless I refresh my page. Sometimes I miss it. Alright. Welcome everybody to the stream. We're going to play some Blitz here in our own hosted tournament. 9-round Blitz. You don't have to stay for the whole thing. I appreciate those of you who do. It runs about 2.5 hours. We drink beer if you're of age. Virtual beer. Or whatever. Soft drinks if you're not. That's what we do Tuesday nights. It's an informal tournament for fun. So let's go. Yes. Alright, 6 minutes. So the pairings are Swiss. It's possible you get a forfeit win in the first round if someone doesn't show up, which is one drawback of this pre-entries. People just don't show up. They should have like a punishment for that or something. You get drop points like they had on ICC back in the day. If you accumulate enough drop points, you're not allowed to play in tournaments. I could see that working here. You know, something similar. Like forfeit points or something. Princess Chess is what? Maybe I need to see this video. Uh-oh. It's a key rush, people, after looking at my Catalan video. You're not going to turn Astrobate into a Catalan player. Alright. But he should learn how to play the black side of the Fianchetto Benoni. Yeah, Mr. Coffee dropped points. If you don't show up to tournaments you're registered for, you should get some kind of penalty. We just got something happening here. Move 11 just gifted a sub to Aaron Jaguar. That's a new one. Is Aaron Jaguar in the chat? That's a player I'd not heard of. Aaron Jaguar is in the chat and said hello. So that's a current viewer. Thanks to the gift sub, Mr. Move 11. Sometimes like the gift subs are given to players who maybe like aren't present in the chat. Very wordy quote. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of words in that quote that are more than 6 letters long. It is not like, you know, third grade reading level, that quote. Excellent Plugieski quote, but kind of philosophical. You know? We got a whole bunch of players trying to join. Now, I do request everybody has 100 games. This guy's got 30 games. That's not going to do it. I can't accept the 30 games in the team. You got to have 100 or at least close to it. I don't accept, like, unestablished accounts. Let's see. So if I decline, you just play nearly 100 games and come back. And then we'll accept you. I don't count bullet. This player doesn't have enough games. Alright, I'm going to decline the provisional players. In order to be a member of the team, you have to have approximately 100 games. At least in the neighborhood. So thanks for the gift sub, Move 11, our first donation of the week. Appreciate it. Guys, we're about to start. If I can get back to the page. Hello. Hello, page. 4 minutes. So we have 2 new members of the team. I don't want to like decline anybody from joining, but rules are the rules. So I do ask people to have an established rating. Because if you're a member of the team, you can play. And I don't want people playing who are provisional. Gotta have close to 100 games. You found this. Lev Plugieski versus Rashid Nasrudinov. What? Yes, 1958. That was Nasrudinov's prime. Around that time. Alright, we got no more join requests. Move 11. Pegasus Swede. 120 gift. Thank you. Our first cheer for this week. 2 minutes to go. We got a gift sub and a cheer. Thank you from Pegasus. Thank you for the gift. Cheer, Pegasus. Sweden. Swedish Pegasus. It's an ice Pegasus. Though with global warming, I don't know. Anyway, it said, Cheaper says 2 minutes, so we must be like running behind schedule here. Page gets a little out of date. Don't do a move 11. Like, if your opponent hasn't moved or if your board hasn't changed in like 5 minutes, try refreshing your page just to check. Move 11 did that in the simul on Sunday. He just like lost on time because he never refreshed his... It's a little weird playing chess in the browser, you know. I mean, I played on other sites where there's like a dedicated program. The browser needs to be refreshed. So this is one thing you got to keep in mind when you do play on a browser-based chess site. If your browser's not up to date, you know, it is what it is. You can have no clue how much time you actually have. All right, 1 minute till we start. Very good Blitz field here. Husky joined as well. I don't have very good score against him. So you just ordered a chess set where the pieces move by themselves. Square off. Their next gen is coming out in a few months. Oh, the name of it is Square Off. Yeah, I mean, I've seen those. I feel like they had that at like Comic-Con or something a couple years ago. I'm thinking like someone else that we knew was ordering that or thinking of ordering that. But that's like you can hook it up to the site. You can actually hook it up to the site, right? Is there any app to PC? Well, yeah. I mean, you can hook up DGT boards, I guess. Then you wouldn't have that happen. It's risky because it might break easily. Break? like the connection, or we're playing Mahar 2040. Don't panic if you're watching this 13 seconds to play. That doesn't really matter. That does not matter. It still makes me nervous though when it like turns red. Yeah, I would think with something like that, move 11, you should wait until the kinks are worked out. Wow, Princess Chess 6-4. Princess Chess 6-4 is serious about their 6-4. Princess Chess has a DT board and a Millennium board. What is the Millennium board? And they do connect to lichess. Just as easy turning on voicing moves and using a real board. We just don't want move 11 to fall asleep. I have not. You know what I really want though is VR. I want to be able to play VR chess on lichess. Or VR chess, period, with real people. My standby was always like A6 in response to A4. I think I should have gone with it. So A5 is kind of weird, but then again C4 is kind of weird. Where are we now? Playing the chess. The chess. Played the chess. There was the scam company. Yeah. What was that, 2 years ago? What was that called? Beware of scam companies. The Always Interesting London. Don't... Yeah, that's like talking about your Rapid tournament. Let's not even talk about it. Is there any way VR chess apps that can... No. Not as far as I know. I think VR chess is the future, but... The problem is, I just don't think the market is big enough right now. Maybe it is, but it hadn't been until this point. I think we will see VR chess in the near future. That's a pretty cool concept. Anything out there at the moment sucks. I mean, I don't know. VR chess apps. You never know. I mean, there could be something. That I'm not aware of. We have an Oculus Rift in the house. And it's pretty cool. Though it kind of makes you dizzy when you're playing some games and stuff. Definitely worth it though. I thought about doing a stream, some VR streaming. So what am I doing here? Take, Queen G5. Pieces, yeah. Actually, my son has pretty bad motion sickness. He gets car sick. He does the VR, but it does affect him. VR streaming. I wanted to do VR chess streaming, but there's no good VR chess programs yet. The only one that was out there like sucks. Sorry. 3 minutes. So we are playing the hippo. It's basically a hippo now. Hold your hippos. This guy's decent for 2040. I think he like dropped 100 rating points. He's but we played before. This is a, you know, maybe that's a good move. Very committal. There's no two ways about it. It's really locked now. We did Beat Saber, dude. We played Beat Saber. Beat Saber made me like... It made me, I should, yeah. No, it made me like freaked out, dude. I started having like fear of heights during Beat Saber. You feel like you're like standing on this platform. It was kind of freaking me out. That'll be enough from this guy. Seriously. Damn. He's like positional genius. Rook C1 was surprising. It was still very hard to break through. He just wanted to stop Knight C2. You don't like the H2 bishop. I called him a positional genius. I admit that's not something you normally want to have happen in London. Maybe I went a little too far with positional genius. Okay. But I like to compliment my opponents. It makes me seem stronger when I beat them. Mr. Coffee, can we get that? Can you get that? Can you get that that request? Are you laughing at that? True story. You can never go wrong by complimenting your opponents. I don't like this opponent. He's too good. He's driving me freaking berserk. Locking the whole board. Play the London and then try to lock the entire board. What could be more horrible than that? That'll give me like nightmares tonight. Yeah, you gotta love his bishops. He's big on bishops. Yeah, I hate the London, and I hate that people play it. It's like fashionable. Ugh. Eventually, I guess I should have played Rook H7. I mean, eventually we want to play G4, but we got to get it unraveled somehow. Whoa. He did that. That's crazy. Right. Right. Taking en passant. I mean, I had a really weird hallucination, first of all. My first hallucination was I could play bishop e3 check, which is really weird. I don't know when that would ever be possible. That was like, oh yeah, let's do it. I could play bishop e3 check. Sure. If you say so. We did garner his wages. Garnered James Garner. Garnered a pawn. We love our 80s television here. Right. I guess we could give up the bishop for that monster knight on b5. Still be happy. Now I could put my bishop on e3 though. It's legal. Legal tender. It's legal and tender. Now his bishop's classic. I mean, that's the one way it gets out in the London, right? Precisely. Escape from the planet of the apes. It got loose. But whatever, I mean, we're up a clear pawn here. I'm trading his bad bishop. That's a pretty stupid move when you get down to it. But he has kind of collapsed here. Better get the rook over. You got a draw against 2300. You had some upset results last time, right, Paul? Rook over rover? Over rover. Mars rover. That is not a good idea. Rook f2 loses a piece. The Mars rover. I'm a tactical buzzsaw. I see 2 and 3 move combinations. Alright, we were a little bit rusty in that game, but came through. Who else is still playing? Chess Video World, God, Sigur, ST, Schieberspieler. Well, let's watch Schieberspieler. Whoa. Schieberspieler white up a rook. But what is going on here? Interesting. Is there a chance Black could be saving this? Down a rook. Chess Video World has played Schieberspieler in numerous games. They've gotten a number of draws and lost a couple. This doesn't look good. The king is too good. King is too close. Thank you, man. Budget guy. Wow, long time no see. And as I drink my beer, WJ Lou shows up. Yeah, I can't touch... thank you for the beer donation. I can't touch that. The palinka in my fridge is like filling up my fridge, but I can't drink it. I mean, I guess I'm saving it for like... if I want to overdose or something. The beer donations are appreciated. Your beer senses. Absolutely. This is a nice, simple Hungarian Dreher. Probably the most popular Hungarian beer, Dreher. And it's excellent. Alright. Antal Dreher. Yeah, we don't drink Palinka at home. And I try not to drink it at all. But I got this huge gift from the friends, and wonder if we can get that stateside. The Dreher, yeah, it's interesting. It feels like the only things they ever export from Hungary are paprika and Egri Bikaver, which is like sort of like commercial Hungarian. It's a very like sort of strong red wine. Those are the only two things it seemed like I ever saw stateside that were exported from here. I never saw, but I'm sure that you could get it in a. But it's good. I don't know what I would compare it to. Exactly. Alright. Better than American beer. So Hungary's not really a beer country. You know, even though we're surrounded by not really surrounded by, but there are beer oriented countries in the neighborhood, like Czech Republic, Slovakia, that stuff in Germany. It's all German influenced. It's north, you know. Then we're like sandwiched between Germany and the Balkans. So you got the Palinka coming at you from the south, and the beer coming at you from the north, and it's confusing. Anyway, all right, the history of drinking alcohol in Hungary. 47 seconds. I don't understand the tiebreak system, but whatever. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, lots of players with 1 point. Cheesy Noob dropped in. We've got 25 players altogether. Great start. Is Palinka more similar or different than sangria? Palinka is not sangria. Palinka, it's like devastating, very, very strong homemade brandy. It's schnapps. Yeah, but it's like usually homemade. Not always, but it's very strong. Yeah. Sangria is like wine, right? Like a Spanish wine type of drink. What exactly goes in sangria? I'm not sure. I got me a buy. Oh, you saw that it was fruity. Yeah, it can be. You know, it's made of. You know, it's made of fermented fruits, right? I mean, that's what it is. Usually plums, but there's also pear. Many different varieties. All right. Very strong. I definitely try to avoid. I avoid the schnapps. All right. Dangerous when homemade, especially. Okay, so the Solanci Amil variation, my friend. Magyar Senior Bajnok, the Hungarian senior champion, my former sparring partner. Emil is very fond of this system for black. Played a lot of Blitz games with him. But F5's a new one. Wow. It looks sus, you know, playing F5. Positionally sus. As the youth say. It's kind of like playing F5 in the Marazzi or something, which I learned the hard way is never good. Not never good, but usually not good. F5. Wow, that blows my mind. But it's a Blitz game, and we got to do something. Didn't really drink much anymore. Mr. Coffee only drinks Pennsylvania beer. You gave up the fun stuff for your health. I try to cut back. I fell off the wagon last week, though. My friends started ordering champagne at our poker game. But I was able to get back on the wagon like in the middle of the night, which was pretty good. I have a good sense for like stopping myself, even in the middle of like a drunken sort of binge. You're like halfway in the binge and you just stop. I just stopped like in the middle of the drinking binge before it was too late. It isn't even good Pennsylvania beer. Yeah, I mean, I knew about that years ago. They used to sell that at the Adams Mark Hotel. That was the only beer I knew from Pennsylvania. But not being a native, yeah, you guys probably have lots of homemade beer. How's your basement doing? How's everybody's basements? Is Joe Biden going to come by and check it out? Major environmental disaster in the U.S. mid-Atlantic states with the flooding and whatnot. I was hoping, kind of like it would devastate the coastal region so I could pick up like a cheap house or something. It's not happening. Something in a flood zone. Prices just won't go down, like even if there's like a freaking hurricane. That's alright. We'll just build another one. This was really weird. F5. If I don't play chess for days, it would be nice to play positions that I've played before. But instead I get this Ancient Aliens position. I have no clue where I am. I mean, basically this position, if we go back to Knight G4, I've probably played like 50 games from this position. Once even in a tournament game with black, which I managed to win somehow, but against F5, man, I don't know. F5 is just really bizarre. Still, it was your art studio, running 4 commercial dehumidifiers, ripping out drywall, flooring, doors, and cabinets. Is that all? That sounds like an expensive sort of undertaking. So your art studio and your living accommodations are not in the same place, WJ Loof? I didn't understand that. I know you said it was your art studio, but I just like assumed it was like where you were living as well, but maybe it's in a different place. You gotta give this guy credit. He is not lacking in creativity. I was watching poker stream the other day, and very good pro player was complimenting his opponent on a hero call. that said player lost all of his chips on. He was saying, man, you know, it's kind of the same thing here. It looks crazy, but you got to give your opponent credit for being very creative. Most people aren't creative. Or most people, especially London system players. This is great, man. That's a great move. B5's, I would like it if you hadn't played F5. Schieberspieler, it's not that you're not creative. You're not, you know, as creative as some players, let's say. You're definitely not too creative. You can always phrase it in a positive way. You're not overly creative. But that's alright, you're still young and you have time to develop. You know, you're in your early 20s, very early 20s. And I played very differently, you know, when I was your age than I do now. I think the players can still change stylistically to at least like age 30. You may change, although Schieberspieler is going to become more conservative. Most people do become more conservative as they get older. What am I doing here? Take, take, take. I love the idea of this. Right. Well, that's right. You've probably heard other people. I would be willing to wager that Schieberspieler is... He's repeating something he's probably heard from other people, you know. They probably said that to him. He's probably gotten that joke, you know, from other players. I'm not sure if I ever... Well, maybe we joked about that. I don't recall, but... I was really... When I was your age, I was like... Maybe around the same... A little lower rated than you. Maybe around the same. But I was definitely like... really out of control. I was really a little too creative. He'll start playing the collie. I don't like what I did here. I think I needed wine tonight, not beer. Wine would have been better. WJ Loof, how do you feel about drinking wine versus beer when playing chess? How do you feel about drinking wine versus beer? I feel like they're very different. Alright. Duchamp said something similar. Tazik, welcome. Oh, okay, like it's a Duchamp quote. I feel like wine is better for the creativity. Can we hit him with knight d5? And does that even do anything? Yeah, I don't like it. You're getting like self-pinned. Can we be drunk and play an over-the-board tournament? Well, I've done it, but that doesn't mean that it's good. Not really totally drunk. I mean, honestly, I've never played when I was totally drunk, but I've definitely played while I was like, say, affected by alcohol. Never like stumbling drunk during a tournament game. But I've definitely played when my play was affected by drinking, and I don't think that it's generally good. Though a little bit might. It's kind of like it might benefit some people in some respect. You know, if you're not aggressive naturally, alcohol might loosen you up a little bit. If you're not aggressive enough naturally, I don't mean to like promote drug use, but no, it's a literal fact. Damn it, Jerry. Something good has got to happen here. I just don't know what it is. Rook c7 failed the queen b1. So that didn't fly. Unfortunately, he like found another defense. All right. We won, but I feel like I'm just like in a brain fog. We might have another request to join the tournament. That's why I said I should have been drinking wine. Another strong player from India. Imagine that. India must have like a huge chess boom lately. I mean, there's so many players. I mean, there's a lot of people in India in general, but it seems like it must be one of the biggest like chess booms. Play like Kasparov's still playing. That's your. Oh, it's Pegasus. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was a weird game. I liked the way he played with a6 and b5. I don't think f5 is good. You know, you should be trying to do what you did on the queen side without f5. You know, I mean, the plan is to play b5. That's important strategically in that kind of line. Locker Guide is, he says he's 1300, but a good blitz player. Did you ever use the 50 move rule in a tournament game? That's a good question. Probably I did. But off the top of my head, I mean, it's definitely like come in my mind. Yeah, I mean, I probably did. I had long games that were like adjourned in the Boylston Chess Club Championship. I don't remember off the top of my head like claiming, or my opponent claiming a draw, or I claiming a draw concretely. Definitely in Blitz. But in tournament game, yeah, I mean, it probably have had 50 move draws. I can't remember. I don't know. You know, I don't really promise no one here is using an engine. I can't make that guarantee. These are not all my best friends. I try to weed out anyone I suspect of cheating. Prem. I don't know. He also crushed me the other day, but he also lost against me. He's very good at bullet. He's like a very, very fast bullet player. I don't know. I agree, like it's possible. I don't know. Everyone's on their own though. I mean, if you think someone's cheating, report them. But I don't want to shame anyone. Unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm playing Schieberspieler already. What the heck? Last time I did this, we had a modern, right? Show me your prep. I don't have prep. Alright. Speaking of the 50 move rule, you went into a bishop and knight endgame when I didn't know the mate. Princess chess. Well, I mean, a lot of people do that. You didn't mate them, did you? Did you actually win? I'm assuming Princess Chess couldn't do it. I mean, I would think like 95.8% of people who go into Bishop and Knight, you know, without knowing it, couldn't possibly mate. That's like default. So, I mistakenly thought like maybe Schieberspieler would have something else, you know, against d5. Didn't know if he would try something like d5, knight c3, or d5, e5, but he just like takes on d5 and plays this Scandinavian. Not a great variation for black, I guess. But at least, you know, it's safe to assume he wasn't preparing for the g6 Scandinavian. He's also not really a native e4 player, so at least we get him out of his favorite lines, I guess. I was thinking I didn't like what happened the last time I played the modern against him. He was very comfortable in his like safe c3, knight f3 type setups. I wonder about knight e5. It looks like it might be a mistake. Maybe not. Maybe it's like best move. I don't know. If I play c5, d5, b5, c5, d5, b5, knight takes b5, bishop e7, a6, rook d8. Rook d8 is not going to happen here just yet. Instant response. Wait, what? He instantly responded again. What's up with that? Instant responses? Really? What's with Schieberspieler instant responses? On the white side of a Scandinavian. I guess I have to play this. It does look kind of sketchy. Mm-hmm. Does look good for white. But I think you would at least like think about your moves for a few seconds. You do have like choices. And a time advantage. I wouldn't think this kind of position would be really Schieber-Spieler's style of position. Pretty open. Not really his thing usually. That's interesting. Wait, what? What is going on here? Bishop f4. Wow. It's quite a move. Certainly doesn't lack in confidence. I wouldn't think this would be like his style of position though. Again, very open, very tactical. Speaking of Panika, where's my beer? I wish I had another 5 minutes for this game. I spent 3 of my minutes already. Just now when I need them, you know? Now I've only got a minute and 38 left. What does this move do? Okay, it would rule out b4. If, for example, he plays bishop b3, he can't play b4. Trapping my queen. Like, my queen gets trapped in mid-board. This is interesting to say the least. Yeah, I mean, I'm not shy to play absurd. I talked about the last opponent, right? I mean, this is like very similar to what happened with my last opponent. What do you want me to play here? At least there's no b4. Seems inconsistent. I'm running out of time. Thank God b4 is illegal. Oh, of course. Very logical move. That's what I expected. His score against me is unbelievable. He's now at like 46.5, 35.5. I'm up on time. Repoint, like, seriously, dude. You gotta restart learning chess. The fact that I'm up on time means nothing here. Just the fact that you made that comment, dude, you need to just, like, stop and then start chess over again. If you think the fact that I'm up on time here has any kind of relevance to reality. Seriously, that's like, dude, your perspective is totally messed up. It means nothing. I'm just resigning in this position. It means nothing, the fact that I have more time. Check this game out by white. One inaccuracy, 2 blunders. So this is actually a mistake. Bishop f4 is the 3rd best move according to the engine. So that's a blunder. Playing the 3rd best move according to the engine. That was his 1 blunder. And now c3. He had this combination last move. Not really a Schieberspieler style of game, I would say. Maybe he has like a friend over the house or something. Not really your like typical style. b5 was my moment, but I couldn't find a good move. I should have played c6 right away. This is unbelievable. Here, here, here. Waste of time. And now he has it. So if I had just played c6 in the first place, the computer wants to do the sack anyway. Probably winning. Yeah, honestly, I missed knight takes e7 check. But check this. Totally non-threatening position. Castle. And I thought it was c5, but I didn't know what to do after this. The secret was to play knight on bd7 after c5. And now queen e2 is the number 1. Queen e2 or rook e1. And now white's better. Instantly captures. Instantly e6. Instantly knight d5. And then you made an inaccuracy with bishop f4. So what was the killer move here? Yeah, b4. Not surprising, b4. You played that too fast. Not at all his normal style. This leaves the rook hanging, but he has bishop f4 next move. Like, if I play this, you know, this is even stronger now. I mean, I guess I looked at this and I thought, okay, it's bad, but maybe I can survive a while. Alright, anyway, just a Blitz tournament. Schieberspieler's score against me is overwhelming. Cheesy new. Rook against knight ending. That should be a draw. That's the only game we've got. Aldisto with 2.5. Husky with 2.5. Husky gave up a draw against Paul in the first game. Yeah, normally I would prefer my chances against Schieberspieler in a tactical position, but I'm just fog brain. I just have a fog brain today. I need like 3 glasses of wine, and I might start waking up. but I can't calculate my way out of a paper bag. Basic tactics like, 2 and 3 move combination I can do, but not fast enough. Cheesy noob. With a rook against knight. Yeah, I mean, this is chess. It's a draw, but you can't let the knight get, like, separated too far from the king. There's some scary positions, like, sometimes the knight has to be, like, momentarily separated. A lot of people have, like, lost this position. There's definitely a defensive method, like winning the enemy rook. Alright. Winning the enemy rook is a good way to get a draw there. But that's the best you can really ask for. A little hair of the dog. I don't have a hangover, sadly. No. It's not hangover. I didn't drink anything yesterday. I just feel very foggy-headed. Rook versus knight is a clear draw in most cases. Even rook and knight versus rook is a clear draw in most cases. But I really didn't want to play Schieberspeler in the third round. I'm not warmed up yet. Thanks, guys, for supporting the stream. WJ Loof and Pegasus, Move 11 with a gift sub earlier. We're going to be trying to wake up for the next 6 rounds. Early onset dementia seems to be my problem. WJ Loof, wish you could stay and get to play. I'll blame it on my declining eyesight. It was a bad opening. It's the opening's fault. Do you think I ever played the G6 Scandinavian in my life? I just thought I could play something completely random. You thought I was saying goodbye? I thought you had to go. Aldisto, now I don't get a break, but another very strong opponent. We were playing the Birds opening in a couple streams. Look at this. H6. He likes wing gambits, so I'm expecting something of that order. G5. There it is. The order. But I don't buy this. This looks good for white. You can take your pawn and shove it, man. I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to play. It's common for people to switch openings too soon after losing a bad game or two. I know that I did. Many times. That's why I never have good results against the C3 Sicilian. I switched what I play against C3 Sicilian like every time I would lose a game. And I ended up like never having really a system I fully understood. This is weird, man. Is knight d2 a good move? I was going to play knight e5 and realize, hey, this is bad. We're not going to play knight e5. Just give him a free move here. Oh, man. Maybe this is just horrendous for white. I don't know. I'm playing the Stonewall. Where's our former moderator, Jeroen? He would be into this. C4. I'm not drunk or something. I don't know why I'm playing so weird today. he provoked me with h6 and g5, and I'm already on tilt from the last game. So it's easy to tilt me. Just like wait for me to lose a game and then we start tilting. After like 30,000 poker tournaments, you think I would have figured out how to like not go on tilt. But it's too deeply ingrained in my persona. What if I take on d5? This is a fun game too. But even if we lose, we're having fun losing, right? Move 11? That's the point, right? Aldisto is... he's creative too. I don't know, move 11. I switched my openings. But not so much like switching from opening to opening. Switching variation to variation, for example, was a problem for me. You can't just like bail on things because you lost one bad game. It's sort of a silly way to address your problem. And you don't really learn anything by doing that, ultimately. I think that's the bigger problem. You never bother to learn a system deep enough. Even if it's a bad system, like learn it well, you know, or learn it fairly well. I was saying the Birds opening is probably not a bad choice compared to other things. You're not going to find any games in the database in this position, right? We're both playing really weirdly. Stonewall attack versus the Dutch or something like that. Not just any Stonewall attack. The Stonewall attack looks kind of sketch. It's the Benoni. No, it's the Dutch. No, it's the Stonewall attack. I don't know what it is. But I know my knight is on d2. I don't know, judging by what happened with Schieberspieler against me, he's going to just like crush everyone with perfect games. He must be in good form today. He needs to work more. I don't know, man. You need... What about school, Schieberspieler? You don't have school? You should be like tired from school. Something like that. It's not fair. You had a tough day today. That's why you crushed me so easily? You had a tough day today? Are you serious? That's what they all say. Going to the end game. See, Aldisto is a good player, but he's not necessarily a big fan of endgames. He's not bad in endgames, but you know, I don't think it's his forte. We have a good position here. I feel like he's got serious problems. What happens if I play knight b5, actually, in that position, like, right away? He plays king d7 or something? Like, how is black protecting that? It's a weird position. h5, knight b5. Knight b5, rook d7. There's also bishop c4, but that helps him. I was thinking here. Yes. Yes. Knight b5. Say it again. I want your a7 pawn. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to take his a7 pawn. Ivanchuk, maybe, but not me. Not me. Not the me. So, he's escaping from his cage here. Knight d4, bishop d5. Black stays in the game. Rook c1. Rook c1, knight d4. Bishop c4 is interesting. We're better, but I don't know. I don't know, if it's enough space. The Alcatraz. This is Alcatraz. Great movie. His problem is his knight. His main problem is his knight. Let's rephrase that. His other main problem is his bishop. Like these two. Hey! How you doing? Now there's only one problem. Maybe I can actually take that pawn on a7. Take the pawn on a7. Right. It's a pawn. Pawn on a7 is better than no pawn. Wait, do I have knight takes c7? No. This looks really good. I guess we have to protect this pawn. Palinka breath? Not me, man. There may be some sort of suspicion. Husky. Wow, huge battle going on here. The Husk. But I do need another beer. WJ Loof? Those 100 bits could come in handy. Man, this is brutal. Is it enough to win? Doesn't look good. His king got cut off on the side of the board. I'm not crazy about this. Shearspillers beat him every time. It's pretty brutal. Thanks everyone for joining me for this tournament. This is only round 3. Round 4. Round 3. Wish it was more out of work still. You don't want to go you don't want to go back. Become a professional chess streamer. But you won't be able to pay the rent, I can assure you. Alright, man. Shearspiller is tough. He's tactically devastating and a grinder. Ron has 3. Miki has 3. Locker Guide lost a game against Audisto. I beat Audisto. So Ruslan's here 2.5. Audisto 2.5. Husky 2.5. Reapun has 2.5. We've got 31 players in total. Chess Video World lost 2 games and left. Oh, he had a forfeit loss, so he lost his first round and quit. Shearspiller, you knocked your first round opponent out, and now he's gonna like destroy your tie breaks. Look at Shearspiller's tie breaks. That first round forfeit ain't gonna help. Guys, if you play me, you have to stay for the rest of the tournament to finish, to help my book holds. Don't forget. If you play Shearspiller and you want to leave, it's okay. But if you get paired with me, you have to stay and complete the tournament. Don't forget the unwritten rules of this event. The tiebreaks are often based on you know, how your opponents did, how well your opponents did. And that's sort of like a tiebreak way of figuring out, you know, who has the better result. but I'm just joking. Cheaper Spiller's opponent left. Alright, I'm out of beer, so I'm in some trouble. And it's only round 5. I'm gonna have to go downstairs to get some more, but I'm not that much of an addict. Oh, I just lost the board. There it is. It's back. I just keep getting strong opponents. What the heck? Heck! Alright, I'm done playing trashy modern defense. Or Scandinavian. No, I can't do that anymore. Bribes. It's like the Thai police. I read an article. They just arrested some Thai policeman. He had like 24 supercars or something on a policeman's salary. Right. Okay. The Kopek system? Oh, dude. Please. Why do you have to play the freaking Kopek system? Ugh. Danny played this against me in a rapid tournament, I think. Who knows how to play this? I don't know. I honestly don't have a freaking clue how to play the black side of the Kopek system. I'm out of beard. That's a possibility as well. I don't know. I don't like playing e5. If I wanted to play the Spanish, I would play the freaking Spanish on move 1. I would play e4, e5. It's annoying. Queen e2 looks weird. At least h3 doesn't matter. This is clearly irrelevant here. He made a very serious mistake there. Danny Kopek, the one who said you offered him a sensible way out? Well, it wasn't him. He was talking about I offered to draw against DeFermian before he lost on time. He told me to shut up. And Danny said I had offered my opponent a sensible way out. But I told that story many times. Nick's not a bad guy. He's a little high-strung. And, he later apologized to me for that. Much later. But, I mean, we get along. Now. Yeah. That was Kopek's immediate reaction, though. DeFermian was being irrational. His flag was hanging and I offered him a draw. And like a minute later, he lost on time. It's the analog clock. Though I have this very dirty friend who... he would, like, call people down. Brian Wall. He would, like, call people's flags down to distract them, even with their flag. He did it to Michael Rode once. I was hysterical. He, like, called Rode's flag down, even though he hadn't lost on time yet. And Rode, like, looked at the clock. He spent, like, 3 seconds looking at the clock. You know, in the state of shock that he had lost on time. So he did it as a tactic to, like, distract his opponent. The guy's crazy. Rode was hysterical. lost his mind. Which doesn't take much for him to get angry. That's a pretty bad thing to do. Lie about your opponent's flag being down. At least we don't have to worry about literal flags on the clocks now. You could still do the same thing with the digital clock. Just say you're down. And then it takes them like 3 seconds to react. There was a huge uproar. The game eventually ended in a draw. But like, Brian was getting mated. He should have been mated. The heck is going on here? B6, D4. What would Botvinnik say? I try to be generally sportsmanlike, and I don't like to offer a draw on my opponent's time. But it was like an extraordinary situation. I was maybe losing, but he was literally going to lose on time. So it was... It wasn't like I was offering a meaningless draw to distract my opponent. He was literally on the verge of losing on time. But maybe I was wrong. You know, maybe it wasn't intentional. I wasn't trying to distract him. That's the way he viewed it, but I just thought it was literally like a good deal, you know. You don't lose on time. We both get half a point, and you know, we can end this insanity now. Wow, knight b5. That's annoying. Unbelievable move. The problem with saying the flag's down when it's not down is like you know, you could like say you hallucinated or something. You know, it does seem absurd though. There's no way to like mistakenly see the flags down. It's clearly like a dirty parlor trick. Oh, my glasses, you know, were fogged up. Yeah. I mean, he was basically doing like park hustler crap in a rated tournament. Damn, he has knight d5 now? Are you serious? It's really weird the way like White is mixing tactics with sort of a style of what you might call positional play. He's basically banked on this square. Everything for the d5 square. Now he gave it up for a different plan. I'm impressed by White's play. This is a really weird game. Objectively. What? He didn't even think when I played h5? Are you even kidding me? You moved instantaneously against that? I was like offering a pawn there. That's crazy. He didn't even think about it. I mean, if you don't think about that move, like what move do you actually put thought into? That's insane. Whoa. What? It's incredible. Wow. Are you even serious? And you use no time? He uses like negative time in a complicated ending. Whoa. Man. Negative time. I mean, you must be like an amazing Bullet Master. To see that move too. It's unbelievable. How could you not be like 2600 in bullet? He's like one of the fastest players I've ever seen. How could he not be like 2600 in bullet? He can move like instantaneously before I even move, dude. I mean, what? You're 2100 in bullet. Dude, that's really unbelievable. Wow. It still might be a draw, right? How can he be 2100 in bullet? He's like the fastest player I've ever seen. That's crazy. So it's like still a draw. Probably the final position. Even in a tough defensive position, he's moving like instantaneously. With the inferior position. Like where he has to think more than I do. Crouton doesn't have enough games. I'm unable to accept that join request. I can't believe I won. Isn't it still a draw? No. I guess he's really lost at the end. Once he let my pawns get to the 6th rank. I guess he's lost in the final position. But you didn't have to let my pawns get that far. Should be a draw. So Schieberspieler just crushes everyone he plays. Ruslan has 3.5. Aldisto with 3.5. Ronhe with 3. Mahar 3. Mickey with 3. Locker Guy 3. Plaulatz has 2.5. That's a good score for this field. And Husky left us after 4 games. Man, guys. So Ruslan is the super fast simul player. Honestly, I don't know, Mickey. Like, you should be like 2400 in bullet, shouldn't you? If you can play that fast in that scenario. I mean, I can't possibly make moves that fast while thinking about them, at least. I can make moves, but they would be like totally random at that time control. I can move fast, but think and move fast. You should be higher rated, at least in the bullet. Like, it seems like anybody could be 2100 bullet if they're just fast. But you're playing fast and well. You know, I mean, that's not that easy. You're not playing for the flag as much. Passive Catalan with black. I mean, h6 is a terrible move. Ruslan is giving me fits in simul games. Not so sure about this. h6, massive waste of tempo. What if he plays... What if he plays c5 now? A little thought goes a long way. I think he should play c5, tempo down or not. Like, stop me from playing e4. But let's see. Take. Yeah, I mean, it still might be okay for black. Yeah, he's only used 17 seconds, so... Do I have another request to join the team? Is that an old one? No, we got a new one. This account violated... Yeah, great. We got a violator trying to join the team. I like violators. Term violators. Try not to join teams when you violated the terms of lichess. You're not going to get accepted that much. Some people might like that. Like the Anarchy team or something. My opponent offered to draw. I'll think about it. I'll let you know in about 4 minutes. Sounds kinky. You're gonna get WJ Loof excited. We try to avoid the BDSM here. Just that's not my field of expertise. Castles. Kinky. Usually reserved for sexual conversations. But I guess you could use it for chess. I mean... Art Vega likes cheeky. He says cheeky a lot. Castles queenside in the Catalan. It's like... Wait, it's the Caro-Kann. I just will do this. It's the Caro-Kann. No, it's the Slav. It's the Catalan. Creaky. Move 11 is big on wordplay. So if I do A4, he has B4. Maybe I should just play B4 myself. You can't play like Castle Queenside in the Catalan. That's not okay. That's really mental. Creaky. Sheeberspiller saw something new today. Something nude. Yeah, I mean this is Yeah, you're on the Sheeberspieler wavelength. Sacrificing pieces and stuff like that. I don't even bother. Damn, you guys are giving everything away. Knight takes f7. I would never normally see this, but Sheeberspieler smacked me with like a knight sack earlier. So, I guess we'll start calculating like 3-move combinations. Knight takes f7, rook f7. I usually like to win without any risk. This feels inherently risky. I'm sacrificing my knight. You guys give everything away. All the devious combinations. I would have totally missed it. It's all Arsenal's fault. If it wasn't for that Arsenal comment, I would have I would have like done an 80 move grind. All you had to do was say the word rook e1, and I was like, my radar went up, and I started looking on the e file. Clearly, since this is a closed file, we're talking about, you know, sacrificing on the pawn chain. Ruslan shouldn't have offered me a draw. I'm like the Incredible Hulk. Don't want to make me angry. I'm already angry I lost. I went on tilt. I'm lucky I beat Aldous, though. I was totally tilted after losing to Schieberspieler in round 3. That was ridiculous. F4, H6, Knight F3, G5, D4, G4, Knight D2. That endgame, I mean, that opening would be... That's like a classic. I couldn't possibly play like that unless I was on tilt. Incommunicado. I just feel like doing this just because. Il comunicado. Bishop c1 was also interesting. You're always coming with the subtle moves, man. Arsenal is like, he's like automatically drawn to every one move threat. Radar. I prefer like 2 and 3 move combinations. That's my sweet spot. The 1 move combinations just don't really turn me on. But I sort of specialize in 2 and 3. Beyond that is just too much. But 1 move feels very, it's just not satisfying. So his Catalan bishop is no longer with us. It's like a butterfly, a beautiful, happy butterfly. It transformed from a b7 bishop to nothing, basically. To dust. It's hard to believe the hard time he's given me in simuls for this game. Talk to your pieces. He offered another draw. It's a good thing I'm in a good mood. I'm not going to take that as an insult. It's a joke. We're just horsing around here. I wonder how this game was. I mean, was it actually correct? Everything I did there? 1 inaccuracy. What was my inaccuracy? Wow, E4 of all things. I thought he should have played C5, so let's check the oracle. C5 was up there for a minute, but computer's not in a hurry. So it doesn't like my move E4. Inaccuracy. Clearly, pawn takes pawn, knight takes, queen takes, C5. And then I wasn't sure about like this, but he has maybe bishop F6. And I also looked at this, and I didn't have a conclusion. That's why I'm talking about, like, I don't do 4 move combinations, because it's too much work. I might have gone into this, you know, it looked interesting. Anyway, guys, back to tournament. Move 11, you're not playing. Arsenal fan, it's too late for you. Schieberspieler, come on. Somebody has to at least, like, win one game against him. Score against Aldisto is perverse. It's hard to believe that Schieberspieler is just a 2,300 FIDE master. Damn, I guess I shouldn't have said anything. As he gets, like, strafed with bishop takes f7, ending his existence. Damn, dude. That is not good. He literally just got, like, mated. Right as I came up to the game. Beautiful mate, too. With bishop g6. Wow, dude. Nice job, Aldis, though. He only had one win against Schieberspieler ever in 15 games. We turn into the game, or tune into the game, and he, like, brutally mates him with bishop takes f7. Yeah, I was just, like, thinking about how bad his score was against you. I think I remember that game he beat you before when you first started playing on my stream. I didn't realize your score was so dominant against Aldisto. But Aldisto hasn't been on the stream much lately. So now the tie breaks start to factor in. Oh man, Aldisto did the undoable. Padron and Tony, you just missed it. Does a gift of a bottle really help? Well, it depends on what kind of bottle it is. Like, it has a genie inside, or palinka, wine, beer. What are we talking about? Poor Schieberspieler, I feel like I jinxed him. We literally tuned into the game, and he just, like... I wasn't even sure who was white or black at first. Man, that hurts. I mean, King H2 wouldn't be that bad, losing a pawn, but he gets mated with the queen sack. Alright. But Aldisto is dangerous. He had a draw earlier against Cheesy Noob. Wow, that's a nice draw for Cheesy Noob. So we've got God up on 3.5. Ruslan had 3.5. Ron is up to 4. Aldisto 4.5. Uh-oh, we've got a new player here. He's 2,300 in Rapid, and he's won all 3 games. Esmerchea also just joined us late. Lockerbie is gone. So this is interesting. He's got a very high Rapid rating. But, you know, 200 points higher than the Blitz is not unusual. It's a little more than usual, but... Palinka, of course. What do you call it in Italy? Fruit brandy? What is that called? Hungarian paint stripper, exactly. 50 Fog. I'm going to play the move 11 variation with A6. What do you call it in Italian? Whoa. Queen B3? Isn't that like book or something? This better not be the theoretical move there. I don't like the look of this. I don't like the look of this at all. I might just resign. I don't like the look of this. This guy's using no time. In an obscure variation, he's playing like perfect moves using no time. My first instinct is that he's a computer. I've been known to be wrong. Maybe I'm panicking. I'm just saying he was like 3-0. He played like... Who's Tears for Nations? You're just like a provocateur or something. Queen b3, very natural. Yeah, with 1 second on the clock, Arsenal. I'm just gonna resign. I don't like this. I don't like the feeling of this game. I'm not gonna play that guy any more games. Sorry guys, I just don't like the look of that. The time use, the speed of it. Looks like that was probably an engine. Not good. Not a good sign. Well, it's already not a good sign when you're 2300 in Rapid and you're 2069 in Blitz. You know, that's very suspicious. Let's see what the engine says. Yeah, it's clearly Queen b3. He played that in 1 second. Goodbye. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. Let's check out his other games. While I'm waiting for the rest of the players to finish their games. I don't like the look of that game. Let's check out the CPL. Oof. He beat Xerox, but there was a lot of inaccuracies there. So it looks like a real game against Xerox. That's not suspicious. But I saw the 3 zeros and I was already concerned. But it's 74 cent upon loss. Likely not an engine. This is also not suspicious. 71. But then again, you get people who like they play legit and then they get paired with a streamer and then all of a sudden they're 71 cent upon loss, 71 cent upon loss, and then they play with like a title player or a streamer and they're like magically 13 CPL. You know, that's probably what would have happened. No, I mean, he's got 71 CPL, totally normal in his other games, but he's playing with 1 second, using 1 second to play the engine move, Queen b3 against me, in an extremely obscure variation of the hyper-accelerated dragon with a6, which virtually no one plays. That's dubious, dude. Whatever. I just have no interest in playing computers. He clearly didn't cheat in his other games, though. I will say that. It looks like... But if I even have the slightest inclination that I'm playing someone who's cheating, I'm just not going to play. I am not going to engage or participate if I'm even a little bit suspicious. And give people the satisfaction of cheating against me. I don't care about winning the tournament, but I'm not going to give them satisfaction. So let's see what's happening with Schieberspieler. It should be interesting to see when he faces Schieberspieler. Now he's suspect, so... You know, when you play the engine move using 1 second, you have 5 minutes on the clock, and you play the engine move. I mean, Arsenal's like, well, yeah, honestly, queen b3. Yeah, I mean, the best move on the board is likely to be... It's likely to be fairly, you know, logical, right? You don't think... I don't think we can conclude, you know, if he was cheating or not. I think you should have seen if you were completely busted in 22 moves and kicked him out of the club. Yeah, maybe you're right. But I don't think I could kick him out of the club based on 1 game anyway. No matter what. I don't like to make a concrete accusation based on 1 game. I just don't want to play him, you know, until I'm sure he's not a computer. If he can show that he's not a computer, maybe I'll play him next time, but... Don't like that time use. I mean, I could play and maybe save the game. But I also don't like the fact that he's 2300 rapid, 2070 in Blitz. That's a bit much. 200 points max. That sort of feels like a weak player who's cheating in rapid or something. The time use puts Xerox off too. Yeah, maybe. It upsets me when people play like ridiculously fast. Move 11, I was talking to about that recently too. It's almost like kind of disrespectful. The only way you can play that fast is if you know you're gonna win because you're using an engine, you know. The flat move times are a sign of a cheater, right? If he's playing the same amount of, if he's playing the same, you know, but his CPL wasn't suspicious in the other games. I don't think Queen B3 is that obvious. Maybe to a grandmaster who knows the line. You might just get lucky. Xerox is strong, but he had 70 cent upon loss, 100 cent upon loss. I'm not concretely accusing, I'm just saying this person is potentially could be cheating. You would definitely find Queen B3, but I wouldn't play it in 1 second. It's one of like 6 candidate moves in that position, dude. Arsenal fan. Are you feeling contrary today? Like Queen B3 is one of many candidate moves in that position. It's clearly the only move that wins. Or gives white a clear advantage. Of 6, you know, probable, like logical moves. There is a lot to calculate there, and white could just confidently play it without even thinking. So there's nothing suspicious about that. Anyway, whatever. We'll only know in the future. I have reason to be suspicious. Ron lost his central pawn. I mean, he traded off his central pawn, lost his central pawn at d6. So Schieber is... dominating here. However, is there a chance? Ooh. Look at that. Bishop takes b6, bishop c5. Surgical, tactical precision. Schieberspieler said he's drinking Palinka, man. I'm gonna have to start drinking Palinka. You think the neural nets will catch cheaters in the end? Will there always be false positives? I wonder. Can we ever eliminate the possibility of false positives in computer detection? I mean, there are definitely false positives with me. But if, again, you know, if I feel like there's a chance I'm playing a computer, I'm just going to resign. Doesn't mean I'm going to report you to lichess because I'm 100% sure you're a computer. But it's not my job to find out if you're a computer or not. Wow. So things got a little out of control here. Schieberspieler let it get kind of messy. He could have taken that pawn on h3 maybe at some moment. But now white's bishop pair looks pretty good. Looks like he's objectively winning, white. I think he had a chance. Black had a chance. Now it looks dubious. There's also like self-driving cars who are like running to pedestrians. So doctors are pretty bad, man. I mean, I have to be honest. When my mom went to the emergency room, when she broke her back, they were like wrong about everything. My mom had like injured her back previously. They thought it was like a new injury. They make a lot of mistakes. I think the average emergency room like doctor, I mean, I'm sure there are statistics on this kind of stuff. I was shocked though. Like, they seriously made like 2 major mistakes in diagnosing. Diagnosing my mom. It was crazy. She had like a really old injury that they diagnosed as fresh. Another thing was totally wrong. Yeah, it would be interesting. It would be interesting to get like statistics on the accuracy of emergency room doctors. 25% might be generous. So the bots couldn't really do worse. Alright, back to tournament. Schieberspieler with 6. Aldisto is 5.5. I have 5. Number 4 has 4.5. God has 4.5. God is rather inconsistent. Ron unfortunately lost. Mickey has 4. We have such great value in the US for our medical needs. Value. Perfect word. The perfect word. Value. We get value for our money. For $3,000, you can take an ambulance ride to the hospital. Now that's value. You can get an x-ray for like $500 or something like that, probably. Excellent value. $13 grand out of pocket in 4 months. Dude, imagine the people who like get COVID and stuff. I mean, I don't even want to think about it. It has to be like a catastrophe. Insurance companies are stealing all American people's money. Alright, good luck. You have a right to be salty about that. I mean, medical care in general is better, but it's not enough better to justify being like 10 times more expensive than Hungary or something like that. It's ridiculous. The cost is like 10 times what it is here. I'm just approximating, I don't know. Probably something like that. Bishop f5, this is... I think Durabali was saying queen b3 is better than pawn takes pawn. I always liked pawn takes pawn. Capablanca played queen b3. I feel like Capablanca played queen b3. I might have been thinking of a different position. Speaking of Arsenal fan, queen b3, I used 20 seconds to get to this position. What do you pay per month? I don't have health insurance. I'm trying to get on the Hungarian health insurance, but I haven't heard back from them yet. $600 a month for insurance, it's a little on the high side, but yeah, that's probably like typical, I'm sure. It's a little on the high side. I mean, he must have a very good health insurance for $600, but that's like a premium. Probably, you know, WJ Loof doesn't mess around. He's probably got a really good provider. If you were like living in Boston, I know like Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts or Tufts would probably cost around that. You can get, you know, you get what you pay for. Obamacare isn't going to cost $600. But I mean, even like the cheaper insurance plans are still going to run. Yeah, wow, $170 a month, Mr. Coffee? Are you serious? How can you pay that? That's crazy. Dude, if I move back, you gotta help me. Like, hook me up. $170 a month for health insurance? Whoa. That's because of like some military discount or something? What do you got? You don't have some kind of military-based health insurance, do you? I'm not planning on moving back, so it doesn't matter, but just saying. Well, that's, yeah, it's coming. You're not paying. If you're like privately though, Mr. Coffee, if you're you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-employed. It's very expensive. Like, I don't know about, what is he dropping a piece? WJ Liff, are you self-employed? That's the problem. I'm like self-employed. You're just like screwed. It's like at least 500 a month for the. It's brutal, dude. If you're self-employed, you're like done. You know, you have to pay more for health insurance than rent. That's why I live in Hungary. You know, it's out of control. Yeah, I would need it. I would need like 100,000. No, I need like 60,000 cheers per month to pay for my health insurance. I'll have to like start working for the post office, man. I couldn't afford to be a chess coach. The slimy snakes. We don't have any of those. The master plan. Arsenal's in a bad mood tonight. Would you like the NHS where you live? I don't know enough to comment on that. I've never, lived in the UK, so I'm not really qualified. I am honestly, like many things, not qualified to comment. You're in a good mood before the medical discussion? All I know is that it can't be worse than the United States. There's no way. Esmerchea. Down too many bishops. Thanks, guys, for playing. I just couldn't get my foggy brain in gear tonight. Is any health stuff free in the States? Yeah, like if you're poor, if you're below a certain income, you will get health care. But you basically have to be like broke, living in poverty almost. It's not really true exactly. Like people are taken care of if they should be taken care of. The problem is the middle class, man. The middle class is just screwed. That's the problem. You're taken care of if you're poor, and if you're rich, it's not a problem. But if you're middle class, you're just done. It's the people in the middle that are like sandwiched, getting overcharged for healthcare, and like crushed by insurance companies. The entire middle class of the United States is getting like squeezed. It's not just the United States. I'm sure it happens in other places too, but very notably, when I was a kid, I lived in a very middle class family, and we were able to survive all right. But I don't know if we could do it if it was the same situation today. That's why I live in Hungary. I can't afford to live in the United States and do what I do. Education. I'm not a socialist. I'm not anti-socialism. Republicans might call me like some kind of like crazy socialist. I'm not. But it's crazy how bad it is in the States. Spiller still playing against God. Oof. God is great. He gives me chocolate cake. Alright. You still owe 160 for your degrees. I'm a communist. My parents were Republicans. Like Reagan-era Republicans. The left is the old center. Like, basically. What I don't get are, like, the libertarians. I understand the Republicans are out to just, like, make money by scamming their followers. But I don't really understand what the libertarians are about. You gotta love Rand Paul. Alright, seriously though, off the topic of politics, Spiller is winning this tournament. He never had to play God before. I don't know, I just couldn't get my brain on. Today. I was just not sharp mentally. This player, I'm just saying, got mated against me in like 7 moves. But that's completely feasible, right? It happens. It looks like Spiller's got it under control this time. He blundered one game, but he's not going to slip again. Hey everybody, tomorrow is Wednesday. We're going to be back 11 a.m. with Weird Openings Wednesday. State-funded healthcare infrastructure is warrant for sanitarium registration. That sounds like some kind of U.S. Republican thing. Good old L. Ron Hubbard. I just remember the commercials on TV. Dianetics. I guess when I was a little kid, I guess I thought it was something to do with, like, diet or something. I didn't understand. It was like a religion. Dietetics. But you can never forget the name L. Ron Hubbard. Man, the Church of Scientology in Boston. Sci-fi. God is unbelievable fast, man. He's giving Schieber a run for his money in this lost ending. That's what I was commenting on about Mickey. How the heck can a guy who's like 2,100, play that fast? Spieler has this under control, right? He's always had it under control. One of the things that we don't realize a lot of the time is like the margin. It's surprising how thin the margin really is between like an IM and an 1800 player, let's say. But there's something a little weird about God. I mean, he hung mate against me in like 7 moves. He literally missed the mate in 1 in 7 moves. He's like defending like truly God in this game. What just happened there? Did Spieler just hang his A2 pawn with that last move? He did, right? Wait, did he just hang A2? He did. It was like check, king c3. Black can take here. Now he's still completely lost, right? It doesn't matter. d3. Well, it's not that simple. I mean, there could be a perpetual or something. Well, at least the guy should take the pawn and give it a shot. It wasn't under control. I think it was actually under control. Not as under control as it could have been, but you never let it like completely... You never let it completely get out of control. Like even here, he can take an a2, but you're still probably winning. But I'm remarking on like how competitive he made that for a guy who hung mate in 7 against me, That's pretty crazy. He blundered queen takes f2 mate against me in the last tournament. Only 52 cent upon loss for Spieler, and you were lost at some point. Wow. I didn't see the early stage. I guess we did. We didn't realize you were lost. That's a crazy move. But that's a hard move to see, So at least we know God is not a computer. I mean, he would clearly have like, if he was cheating, he would clearly like play that, and Spieler was lost. So we know he's an honest player. All right. Pawnda Blitz Swiss. Back to game. God is not a computer. He hung mate against me. He missed the forced win against Spieler. But he's really fast. Now you hope for luck. Acerbate in the last round. Acerbate is not on the radar. He's still in the tournament though. Palitz left. No, Palitz is still here with the bye. Who's left to play? Alisto beat Saeed, so Saeed might be legit after all. I was freaked out though. When White played Queen b3 using no time. He's a new player and I was convinced that he was potentially a cheater, but probably I'm just paranoid. So we're playing God now. God, good luck. Bird is the word. I had luck with the bird already. Maybe I'm pushing this bird a little too hard. Give him the bird. We should get a t-shirt. If I really start playing the bird on a regular basis. Give him the bird or like show him the bird. I'm scared of the Fromm Gambit, man. Fromm's Gambit. Give the bird to the god. Give God the bird. Doesn't sound good. Well, he did play g6, which is objectively Black's best move, I guess. Bishop a3 sucks. What would Konstantin Chernyshov play? That's what you gotta ask yourself. He's the only player I know who's like a GM and plays the the Bird Larson. He's a good Nimzovichian. Plays a mean Queen's Indian too. But God, again, like very quick. I mean, I've definitely played the Bogo. God is fast, but what about your depth? He's 2200 in rapid. That means that you have to be objectively really, like, you have to be around 1900 FIDE-ish, I would say, to be 2200 in rapid. In that range. And Tony, what's your rapid rating, for example? Unfortunately, Antony is a bad example. He's only played one FIDE rated tournament. But I'm just curious, what is your rapid rating on lichess, for example? Or don't you play rapid much? I'm just like picking Antony out of random. Picking on him randomly. We could also use Arsenal as an example. So I'm thinking, from what I saw last game, God is really fast, and he plays a good, straightforward sort of game. But he's not, you can't play a deep game when you're just playing quick reaction chess. It's got to be like surface style. Rook c8 is a good move, though. Rook c8 looks like a good move. That's not allowed around here. Now he's using a lot of time. I would say even suspiciously so. God never used that much time on a move in his entire life. Use me as an example of what I'm comparing people's rapid ratings to their real life strength arsenal. You don't have a FIDE rating, do you? Patron Antony is provisional. I'm trying to find someone who's got a legit, established FIDE rating. Could like compare it to. This is pretty solid for black, man. I feel like I'm sad. You have a national rating, right? 1.5 years you haven't played? What's that? The pandemic? Wait, what? COVID? Those gone, 2 years of my life gone. Midnight Summer. I'm not accusing anyone. Cheaters nowadays don't always use strongest engines. Tell me about it, man. It's frustrating because it's practically impossible to like detect someone if they are cheating. Like I said, it's not my job. I gave up on that a long time ago. I can only say maybe they're cheating or not. There's two categories: the people that might be cheating and the people that are definitely not. What's up, Chessbia? Rating with a party of 21. Charming and chessically talented Chessbia with a raid. It's awesome. Thank you, Chessbia, for the raid. Good to see you. She's a fellow Hungarian. I'm not a real Hungarian. I'm a migrant, but a fellow Hungarian chess streamer. I feel like the godfather of of Budapest chess streamers. I've been doing this forever. Before it was even popular. Now we've got Schieberspieler, Chessbia. Highly recommend you guys check them out. Both good players, good streamers. Of course, Chessbia also does, from what I heard, she's been doing cooking streams. The Lecho. You might want to check out the Lecho stream. My kitchen sucks. It's too small. I actually like cooking, but I just feel claustrophobic in my kitchen. Otherwise, I would start competing with Chessbia for cooking streams. I might try to give her a run for money. I need another apartment with a better kitchen. I hate... You only did one cooking stream? Why? You should totally, like, keep doing it. I thought you, like, kept doing it. You should totally keep it up. Why not? No, that's awesome. You should do more. I really like cooking, but I had a big kitchen in the US, and my kitchen here is small, and I don't know, I get claustrophobic. When I get enough donations to buy a bigger kitchen, I'll start my cooking stream. Actually, Padron and Tony likes cooking too. Well, he likes talking about food anyway. That's not necessarily the same thing. A lot of us like talking about food. But I didn't really, I don't have enough Lecho knowledge. I don't do Hungarian, though. Seafood, burgers, steaks, grilling, maybe. Italian. I'm known for my Italian. Just kidding. I mean, no. I mean, I can cook, but it's been a while. Padron and Tony. He's known for his Italian. You like to talk about, to eat, and to cook food. It's a fun stream today. Alright, this position is too closed. God is great. I love Duck. Why was Duck on my mind? Oh, somebody like posted one of those like Facebook things where like your new name is you know the last thing you ate and the color of your shirt. You know, I was like Black Duck, which sounded like a cool rapper name or whatever. Your family owns 4 Italian restaurants in New Jersey. And they're not even Italian. The white hot dog. I thought Black Duck was pretty good. That sounded kind of cool. That was yesterday's menu and shirt. No. I can't believe he's almost losing on time. He's like Mr. Fast. You of all people. Triplasny. Look at this guy. the minister of defense. He's the Pope of defense. Pope was in Hungary. H4. We gotta go with it, right? Before he has time. The Minister of Defense was some, like, NFL player, right? Check. Can I do that? I don't like this rook e6 move. I'm afraid he might exchange pieces. See? It's like instantaneous exchange of pieces. I was worried about that. Is this enough? Should I take with the pawn? And again, like instantaneous exchange of pieces. I don't know, man. God seems awfully good. And he never loses on time. Finally a blunder. Yes! It took a blunder to take him down. I'm always proud when my opponents blunder. By the way, we like Italian... What? We Italian like food so much. I'm from New Jersey, man. It's like Little Italy. We had really good... I was lucky. I mean, that's one of the things I thank God every day that I grew up in southern New Jersey. And I was exposed to good Italian food. Maybe the only good thing about that. So, alright. You're gonna post your... Yeah, I saw you. I was checking out the Discord. You guys can join our Discord. Previously, WJLoof has posted some stuff. I wasn't really... Cheesesteaks, man. I should open a cheesesteak. Budapest, like, people don't know what cheesesteak is, you know. You might be able to make a business with something like that. Philly cheesesteaks. I don't know if it would be popular enough here. Tournament is over. Schieberspieler takes it down with 8 points. Paranoia got the better of me, and I resigned in round 7 when I was suspicious, probably without justification. Schieberspieler with a good performance, 25-74. Alda still gets second place. Arsenal, seriously? You have a Philly cheesesteak bar in your town in the UK? Wow. Yeah, this is like where I grew up. Philly, Boston, Budapest. Not a lot of good Greek restaurants here in Budapest, actually, Asterbate. It sort of saddens me. Alright, Schieberspieler first place, 8 points. We had Aldisto in second, congratulations. I finished third with 7. The new player, Saeed, got 5.5 for fourth place. Ron with 5. Mickey with 6th place, 5 as well. God merely scored 50%. Ruslan with 50%. Dinekis and Marchea. So, Schieber is the champion for this week. Thanks to Chessbia for rating. And I hope she does many more Lecho streams as well as chess. But anyway, guys, we are going to be back tomorrow. Again, thanks for the raid from Chessbia. Thanks to all of you for following. And congratulations to Schieberspieler, who is a truly strong Blitz player. Very impressive. 8 points out of 9. It was a stronger field than you thought. I mean, honestly, A lot of the stronger players dropped out. We had 6 or 7 players like 2200 plus, so this was not an easy tournament. I'm just glad I made it to the podium. Anyway, guys, thanks for playing. I will see everybody tomorrow morning. And Mr. Coffee, especially, thanks to you for being a moderator. Chespia just subscribed. Chespia student gifted a sub to Chespia, so Chespia is now a subscriber of the stream as well. Thank you, Chespia student. I will see everybody tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to check out the Wednesday stream with Weird Openings Wednesday. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.